I need to tell you something that nobody is talking about. Last week, we went deep on JP Morgan, $20 billion on AI, and how you can do the same thing for $60 a month. But I left you with something. I said not every AI story has a happy ending. And this week, I want to show you exactly what happens when companies get it wrong. Because here's a number that genuinely stopped me in my tracks. 95% of AI projects deliver zero measurable results. Zero. MIT went and studied 300 deployments, 300 real companies, and found little to no impact on the bottom line. And it gets worse. 42% of companies completely abandoned their AI projects in 2025, up from 17% the year before. That's 2.5 times more failures in just 1 year. So what is actually going wrong here? Let me show you 3 stories, because these aren't just statistics. These are companies you recognize that made very expensive mistakes. And if you're even thinking about using AI in your business, what I'm about to tell you might just save you from the same fate. Story number 1, McDonald's. Yes, that McDonald's. In 2024, they partnered with IBM to put AI voice ordering in their drive-thrus. And honestly, on paper, it sounds genius. Here's what actually happened, though. The AI couldn't understand accents. It started adding random items to orders. Ketchup, butter, things nobody asked for. Customers started filming it, posting the videos online. And the AI was just sitting there, confidently getting everything wrong. By July 2024, McDonald's pulled the plug. Entire pilot shut down. Millions in R&D gone. Just like that. Story number 2, Commonwealth Bank of Australia. They launched an AI chatbot called Bumblebee, cut 45 customer service jobs, went public and said call volumes dropped by 2,000 per week. One problem. It wasn't true. Calls were actually increasing, not decreasing. Within weeks they backtracked, rehired all 45 people, issued a public apology, and had to look every single employee in the eye and explain why they trained a chatbot to take their job, only to give it back a few weeks later. Can you imagine having that conversation? Story number 3, Klarna, the buy now, pay later giant, stood in front of the world in 2024 and said, our AI can do the work of 700 support agents. 700. They cut the staff, saved the money, and by 2025, they were quietly rehiring humans. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to talk to a robot when they have a real problem. 3 companies, 3 completely different industries, same mistake. They moved too fast, and they paid for it. So what actually went wrong here? Because it wasn't the AI. The AI did exactly what it was supposed to do. The problem was the approach. Studies show that 87% of failed AI projects tried to automate broken processes. Think about that for a second. If your workflow is broken, AI doesn't fix it. It just breaks it faster. And 78% targeted the wrong problems entirely. They asked, what can AI do? Instead of, what problem do I actually need to solve? And that one question is the difference between success and a very public failure. So here's what the companies that actually got it right did differently. They started small. 1 problem, 1 tool, 1 week. They didn't replace humans overnight. They kept humans in the loop, and they measured results before scaling. Sound familiar? It's exactly what I told you last week. Pick 1 tool, use it for 1 task, for 1 week. Because the difference between JP Morgan's $20 billion success and Klarna's very public failure isn't the budget, it's the patience. IBM Watson for oncology lost $4 billion. $4 billion. Because they promised too much, too fast. So don't be IBM Watson. Just be the person who starts with $60 and builds from there. That's it. Next week, we're going even deeper. We're looking at the AI tools that are quietly making regular people thousands of dollars a month. Real people, real numbers, real results. I'm just someone who figured this out before most people did, and I'm here to share it with you. Thank you for watching. If this gave you something to think about, hit subscribe. Protocol 404. Let's decode the future together.